What's up, team? Welcome to today. This is Coach James. I'm alive with purpose. You are alive with purpose. Another glorious day in God country. And we are still celebrating 130 days of alive with purpose. And today is day 286 of 365. So, hope you made it today. And of course, this message is brought to you by JT Health and Wellness. Please check us out over there. There's health, there's fitness, there's nutrition, there's your livelihood, all wrapped up in a nice little neat package, and we are still focusing on trying to get that package together. Nonetheless, this episode is also brought to you by Lock Lifestyles. Sorry, Lock Life, Lifestyles of Tenacious Men. That's the new book. I'm one of the featured models in that book. It is brought to you by Lovely Locks Natural Hair Care Products. Please check her out. And please check that book out. It is fantastic. A lot of good-looking guys, background stories, and man, you'll be impressed. I enjoyed it, and I'm so happy to be a part of that project. Very humbled, actually. So yesterday, we talked about in a quick video, speaking life, right? I posted a scripture, said life and death are in the power of the tongue. And then I sort of, shot that video and let you know there's going to be a sneak peek, right? So, life and death are in the power of the tongue. So let's take it one step further. Life and death are in the power of your thoughts, right? But what if we peel back the layer even further, right? Let's get further into this. Life and death are in the power of what you believe at the depths of your soul. Which reminds me of another scripture, which says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, right? So, of course, sorry, but that's good coffee. This is not a Bible study. This is not a Bible lesson. So please stay tuned, right? You may not even believe that, but the principles do not change. That's the beauty of it. Ultimately, I want to focus on the life portion of that because many of us already have enough negative self-talk going on, right? So let me share a quick story. Before I moved back to California, I was terrified. I tell you, I was terrified. I didn't know where I was going to live. I didn't know where I was going to work, how I would eat. Had a very, very small income from fitness. So you guys, you see the posts, everybody likes the posts, etc. But very small income from fitness and definitely not enough to support me and the rest of my hit squad out here in California. I don't know if you guys have seen the price of eggs, but man, they are getting up there, and they're not even organic. Anyway, I worried every day, because I was trying to figure it out, so to speak. And I was letting a lot of things get to me. So, and part of it is just the nature of who I am. I think as a guy, you just always want to be that guy. There's always this pressure. There's always a lot of pressure to win, right? Guys won't say that, they lots of times will act all confident. The ladies won't tell you, but let's be honest, they're watching you, right? The ladies in your life, mom, spouse, girlfriend, daughter, anybody. So there's so much pressure to take care of the home, the kids, the spouse, like I said, if you have one, to have a plan, to execute that plan and win, right? See, it's not good enough to have a plan, right? Then you have to execute that plan. And it's not enough to execute that plan, then you have to win that plan. And on some levels, some of us have very little support in those areas. We just have a lot of judges outside and sadly on the inside. Because even if you do have a great plan, people are putting you under sort of their time bubble. So if it's not executed and solved or things are not better within a certain time frame, we all have a threshold we all have a tolerance level. I guess that's a better way to put it. So you couple that with the fact that I do read the Bible, and you see people post, any man who doesn't take care of his family is Lord and the dog. If a man don't work, a man don't eat, So I was terrified. Now, Let's compound that terror just a little bit, right? Let's compound it just a little bit. I was working in Georgia, and again, it wasn't a whole lot of money, but it was enough. Big company. I know if I transferred to California, the pay would double, maybe even triple, depending on the position. So I was trying to transfer, right? Or that was my plan, to transfer the job in Georgia to California. Then they fired me. So I'm like, now what the WTF, right? Now I'm in that moment. So that's when you're supposed to hit the panic button and all this pressure and you're supposed to snap. But here's the cool part, guys. Something miraculous happened almost instantly, right? Almost instantly. And that miracle was I woke up. So I know that's crazy, right? You tried, okay, let me unpack that. Let me unpack that. I was in a situation where I had given everything I had to give, and literally, I had nothing left. So after being fired, my mind clicked, and all of a sudden, I had nothing left to lose, right? So now let's fast forward because that story could drag out. It's a great story though. Bought an airline ticket, crashed at my grandparents' house. They allowed me a little bit of space. That's about it. They're not feeding you, boy. I wish they were, but I got my appetite's too big, because I'm in this bulking phase of body beast. And I started rebuilding. Um, my decision, I became, I became, no, I started to believe I was the architect made in God's image, like the word says, right? Now, I'm not putting myself on a pedestal and saying I am God or anything like that. I'm still a child of the Most High. But at the same time, I really started to, it's like everything is starting to click. And now I'm seeing myself almost manipulate and create the environment around me, right? And that gets back to speaking life. That gets back to the power. Life is in the power of your word. Life is in the power of your thought. Life is in the power of what you believe at the depths of your soul. And I just started to believe, almost just like out the Matrix, right? When Neo figured it out, the world changed. And I think going through what I went through, normal circumstances, maybe it breaks me. Maybe it breaks the average person. But it didn't break me that time. It didn't break me. It broke me in the sense that now I'm open to receive, and I see it's like a seed. Like being broken is not a bad thing. Let me share that with you. When you plant a seed in the ground, it has to break for something new to be born, right? So I hope you get that. So being broken is not a bad thing. That situation, being fired, giving everything I had to give, and all of the different pressures, all of that literally broke the seed that was already planted, right? But it had to break in order to become something new. So I had to go through that to become where I am today. Now, have I solved everything? No. Am I personally trying to solve everything? Not really. I pray, I meditate, I'm allowing God to move and move me where I need to be. But ultimately, what I'm realizing is there is, I have a lot of control over my thoughts. And in exercising that control and taking control, now I'm exercising control over my environment. So what does that look like, right? Because remember, I spent everything I had getting back here. So I had nothing to start with. I'm starting from the bottom, right? I'm not here, but I'm coming. So the beautiful part is, and some I'll share, some I won't share, but it's all good. I am getting flagged down from some pretty high end companies where I'm interviewing with executives, and some of the high end type. Some in the gym, some in normal corporate world, but it's really fantastic. But here's the beauty. I'm being so bluntly honest when I meet these people because I'm so determined to create the life that I want that they're eating it up, right? I'm not saying this out of arrogance. I'm not saying, hey, it's my way or no way. What I'm saying is I am speaking life. I'm speaking to the direction that I want to go. I am saying, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want, right? Here's here's what I like. Take the word want out of there if you want to take that out of there. But here's what I want to design, right? So it's like a paintbrush. I'm painting on the easel. Will I get it right? All the time? No. But it's very interesting, right? Because now I feel like I'm in this great experiment of my life to see, okay, what can I create? Now, when you got three companies jockeying for you and you feel no pressure, I mean, I'm about to meet with the CEO of this really big company, right? I should be nervous. I don't even have a suit. I mean, I got, some slacks, and a shirt. Hopefully, I brought a tie with me. But ultimately, I'm enjoying this place. I'm not out of the woods yet, but I'm really taking hold of the power that God has given me to create, and I'm doing it. So, my encouragement to you is to win the war in your head. That just means that you are aware. Win the war in your head. Why? Because fellas, this is almost a message to my fellas, right? If you have children, don't have children, aspire to have children. If you have a wife, don't have a wife, aspire to have a wife. Win the war in your head, right? You don't have to have it all together, although there's some people who want you all together before they accept you, right? Don't deal with those people. Win the war in your head. Because when you do that, then you become the man that God designed you to be, which is a creator, a winner, a fighter, a worker, an entrepreneur, all of those things. So now your environment, you create, you become the creator, so to speak. Not like God, again, don't get me wrong, but you see things before they happen, you anticipate. You have the paintbrush and you're going in this direction, in this direction, in that direction. And the whole while, of course, you're giving praise, you're giving honor, you're praying. So I always stay praying. So don't ever put it all on you, because you're not an island unto yourself. But man, it has been such an awesome journey, and I've only been back a couple weeks, so I cannot wait to see what other things come to mind. So hopefully you can take a few nuggets out this story. The ultimate goal is to win the war in your head. So practice meditating, practice praying, practice breathing techniques. Inhale, exhale. Surround yourself with 5 key individuals. I know it sounds like a cliche, but you are the sum total of the 5 people that you hang around the most. I hang around a really good bunch of people, whether that's in person, over the phone, through an audio book, through a text. I'm surrounding myself with that kind of energy, and now I'm starting to reap the benefit of it. But again, part of that, I had to win the war in my head. That's why I said I want to focus on life, not on death. Because yes, life and death is in the power of the tongue, but you have spoke death long enough. So now the focus is on all that is good. We are going to speak life from here on out in all areas. So I hope that you enjoyed this message. This is Coach James. I had a lot of fun recording it. Take care. Enjoy this day. Check us out over at JT Health and Wellness. Bye, guys.